Truth, really that's all we know. Keep it real and authentic, this truth be told. Only the truth. Tune in, cause you gotta watch. It's like you with us while we kick it in the barbershop. Here to motivate and inspire. Hosted by the real deal and the Godbarber. I hope that you ready, keep it funny and edgy. Let's go. You already know. Truth be told. Let's go.
Welcome to another edition of Troof Be Told. I'm your boy, Real Deal, one of your hosts. I got also my good friend, the Godbarber's in the building.
Yes, sir, baby.
Desiree is behind the ones and twos, as she always do. Hey, check this out. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel. Just hit the button, you know what I'm saying? Comment, like, do all those things. It helps us out. Hey, we got a good one. Matter of fact, this is one that's dear and true to the heart. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they say blood is red. In these cases, that's just not the case, Green. Huh?
No, sir.
Hey, we playing with fire right now because it's gonna
Blood,
be
orange, and blue, boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of little folks that's gonna be like, well, God darn, Green, Real, what y'all doing? Y'all just gonna Bubba, yes, we are. Hey, we talking about the legendary team of '88 tonight. You know what I'm saying? My boy, the Godbarber, we always kind of talk about it.
Yeah, man.
But we invited some special guests to kind of have that conversation.
Yes, sir, boy.
Because if I'm not
It's going to be good, too, Real.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be good. Because
we ain't cutting no corners either now.
No, we going
And we ain't scared either, Real.
Listen, before we even started, you know, it was some conversation. But we going to do this live so we can make sure we get this thing on air. You know what I'm saying? Desiree, you good with that?
I'm good
You know,
with it.
Desiree true to green on orange and blue as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she is now.
Tonight, this is one of them nights, man. Hey, if you're not a Seminole, all right, if you've been, a hurricane, if you are a tiger, you one of them Bayshore guys, it's okay. It's okay. We understand. We've been doing this forever. And tonight, we got special guests, starting tailback, Mr. Johnny Carley, and the starting quarterback, the man himself. What did y'all call him? Big Red?
Red Dog.
Red Dog.
Craig Red Dog Huggins, baby. Yes, sir, baby. Class of 89.
Class of 89.
Hey, real.
We got,
Hey, real, they say class 89 fine, boy. We fine.
So let's make sure we clear now. We talking about the football season 88, 89.
Yeah.
All right, because we always get confused.
Yeah.
And this was a special year because you guys did some things that we always kind of talk about, making it to the state championship game. And, Southeast has always been a talented program. Headed up by head coach Paul Maechtle. I believe he was y'all head coach during the time.
Yeah.
He was a young guy, just into the game. You know what I'm saying? And he managed to get a group of guys together, and we want to hear some of those stories. So, Craig.
Yes, sir.
Starting quarterback of the team.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
Right,
boy.
huh?
Yes, sir.
I want to start off by saying this. Big Red. Is it Big Red?
Red Dog.
Red Dog, man.
Red Dog.
All right, first of all, where'd that come from? Red Dog. I mean,
Soup gave me that name. Daryl Campbell.
Oh, okay.
Freshman year. Yes. I had a red Chevette, 3-speed.
yeah.
Right? I had it in the flow.
Yeah.
Right? The windshield wiper didn't have a regular windshield wiper. You turn it on like that.
Yeah.
I had some 6x9s from Radio Shack. If it don't act right, take it back to Radio Shack. Yes, sir. So Super, somebody called me Red Puffy.
Yeah.
And I forgot who. I think it might have been Iron Perkins. But
Okay.
Super said, no, that's Red Dog. So I got to get that shout out to Daryl Campbell,
Yes,
class
sir.
of 87.
Yes,
He
sir.
gave me that name, Red Dog.
Red
Soup,
Dog.
baby.
Red
Soup.
Dog.
Red Dog is good. So Craig, you kind of, you know what I'm saying, as the starting quarterback, I want to ask you this. Have you always played quarterback?
No, sir.
Okay, that's what I
No,
thought.
sir. No.
So you kind of came up playing what?
I didn't play Little League football. My mama wouldn't let us play. I was a baseball player.
Okay.
Baseball. I played 1 year with the Broncos. I was 12, my 8th grade year, and I played center
Oh,
with the
yes,
number
sir.
42.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So my quarterback history started like this. I was a freshman. I was running a lot, all right, because I was the baddest safety that was out there. I made myself a safety.
Okay.
Jose Martinez was the starting quarterback.
Boy, I thought there was a Hispanic dude that played quarterback for Southeast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But here we go. We live, right? We tell
Yeah, we live. We're going to tell it.
2 days before our first game on freshman, Jose gets suspended.
Okay.
We ain't have no backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know what made Coach Wilder say, Craig, you the starting quarterback. So GB on that Tuesday night kept George Brown, class of 85, 86, 85 quarterback, kept me out there all night Tuesday, teaching me the option. All night Wednesday, all day Wednesday, after he finished his varsity practice, teaching me the option. Thursday, I started the freshman football game with 2 days worth of practice at quarterback.
And that was it.
And that was it.
There it is.
That was it.
There it is. There it is.
That was it.
That's how you got your quarterback,
That's how
Green.
we got the
That's all, man.
Yeah.
Jose Montini.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right, Johnny, let's go to you real quick now, because the stories I hear about you in Little League and stuff like that, this ain't nothing new to you.
No.
You've been doing this.
Yeah. Really, my first year of Little League football, played for the Mustangs, Broncos.
Broncos.
Played free safety. You know, I want a defensive guy. Ran to him full speed and drop low. Hope they fall over me. So that next year, I want to go to the home team because my older brother Ed played for the Chiefs. So I moved to the Chiefs. I was playing free safety then. So in practice one day, I got an interception. I ran it back. Coach McCartney, Chip McCartney, and said, "Boy, you ain't no safety. You can get back there and run that ball." I wouldn't do it. Tom McDuffie, he was playing quarterback. Tom McDuffie said, well, he wasn't really playing quarterback. He wanted to play quarterback. Tom said, "Johnny, you play running back. I play quarterback." I said, "Man, I can't play no running back." He said, "Man, just get back there. I'm going to pitch you the ball." First day in practice, pitched me the ball. I ran all the way back. So all I could run there was a sweep. I didn't really know too much about, whatever. Coach Cotton grabbed my helmet. "Boy, let me see your helmet, boy." He rubbed that helmet. "Boy, you pretty fast, boy, got a nice move, but you don't do something." I said, "I don't do what, Coach?" He hit me in the stomach with that helmet so hard. I said, "Boy, this way your helmet want to be in them Eagles, right in their stomach." Right in their stomach.
Okay.
And that just changed everything.
Yeah.
The first game, I touched the ball 7 times. Kick return, they kicked it off to me, I ran it back. We stopped them, they punted, I ran that back. We got a fumble, gave me a sweep, I ran that. And that was my ball game for the day.
That was your ball game.
That was it.
Wow.
So you talking about Coach Cotton, you talking about Freddie Cotton, Daddy?
Coach Cotton,
Coach
yeah.
Cotton.
Okay.
Coach Cotton, that plastic baseball bat.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Cotton said, "You gonna run till I get tired." And I just woke up.
So you had a long day. Yeah. So here's the thing, man.
Cotton.
I wanna talk about that season, because that season was as far as just when I started realizing what was going on with football, right, and kind of the history behind Southeast High School. I initially was slated to go to Manatee, but moved into the area. So then I started kind of learning more about Southeast and everything. And it wasn't, I believe, probably around y'all class when I really realized what was going on with Southeast, right? So I don't recall everything, but I recall glimpses. I remember you running the ball, right? I remember people talking about the free safety, T. Green, and the quarterback, right? So I remember those things. But this was one of those years when you guys probably felt like y'all was just destined to go to state.
Yes.
Well, go ahead.
We pretty much knew that in spring. I mean, truth be told, the 88 team was really based on our class. A lot of our guys started that year, and we just knew it. I remember an interview we did that spring. Here to say, Manatee was playing on a schedule for that season. That spring, we played Manatee in the Jamboree in one half. We were 20-0.
No, Palmetto.
No, it was Manatee.
It was Palmetto.
It was Manatee.
It was Palmetto. I was the quarterback. I know.
No.
Listen, the spring Jamboree we played Palmetto. The fall Jamboree we won 17-0
Against Manatee.
against Manatee.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Did you say spring? We're gonna make sure we tell it right.
Well,
Fall
okay.
Jamboree.
Yeah.
Fall.
Fall Jamboree.
Fall
Yes.
Jamboree.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we off the schedule
Yes.
for a team called Bloomingdale.
Wait.
You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
Next thing we know, what you said, Johnny?
We was on the schedule
To play Manatee.
to play Manatee. We played them in the fall Jamboree.
Beat them 17-0.
Beat 17-0.
In
Hold
10
on.
minutes.
17-0 in the first quarter. You want to play 2 quarters in Jamboree now. The starters play the first quarter. Second string, play the second quarter. So the first quarter, it's 17-0.
Who they had at the time?
Tom Black?
Newsom was the quarterback.
No, yeah, Newsom.
It was bad between. It was battling between Newsom and Panther Chris.
Yeah.
Panther Chris.
Okay.
This one, Pat McNeil was playing DN.
DN.
Okay, yeah.
Punish me every play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we played them. We was off the schedule.
Yeah, but let me back up if I can. My spring was etchy because I got kicked off the team my junior year. All right, I just went berserk. Johnny, you remember my song?
Yeah.
I made me a song up.
What the song was, Craig?
Yo, hey, check this out. What's it gonna take to let Red Dog play? I don't like this mess anyway. Right, so, yeah.
Wait,
So-
what you mean you made a song? Wait, let's
Yes, sir. Yes,
you,
sir.
you record the song?
So you remember that song? Yo,
They don't know that song.
yo, hey, check
Check
this
this
out.
out, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I took that beat and I rolled with it and I sung to Meck and Taylor.
Oh,
and I
boy.
told them, bump y'all, I'm out. So me, myself,
Oh, my
I was
God,
planning to go
boy.
to Manatee. I was going to pull John McAdams, Elijah Savage, Carlton Hatley, everybody with me. So that's why I said let's back it up a little bit.
Okay.
Because the battle was between me and Freddie. As Freddie was coming in, I think he was going to be a sophomore coming in. And I wasn't even real. I didn't even care if I played. Because I had just said, I'm going to bail out, I'm out. I don't care nothing about it. So I didn't get special with the date. I didn't even buy the date of 88 till later. But we'll stop at the Manatee thing. But I just wanted to start it off like that.
Yeah.
My comments, Johnny knew he was going to be the tailback. T. Green knew he was going to be the free safety. Kirk knew he was going to be the cornerback. John McGowan. Everybody knew their position except Craig Huggins. All right? Because it was a tight battle between me and Freddie. Freddie was that junk, right?
Yeah.
Freddie was that dog. Freddie was that.
Junior year.
Well, no,
That
let me
was-
say this. I pretty much knew who I wanted to be the quarterback. Because the difference. Because in that huddle, I want to see that dog in you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When we got in the huddle, Freddie was like, man, y'all be quiet, man. Come on, man. Y'all got to do this.
Yeah.
Dog got in the huddle. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Craig.
this. This is what we going to do.
Leadership.
Yeah.
Leadership.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
want nothing who, what, when, where. If you ain't ready to fight, don't come in here with me.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
not saying Freddie wasn't that.
Right.
But at that point, he was just a sophomore.
Yeah, sophomore.
he
He
was
was
young.
young. He was
Young.
young.
He was young.
Yeah,
Give him
young.
credit now. He was
Yeah,
young.
he was young.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
at Southeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was at Southeast during that time.
Yeah.
If you was good as a freshman and somebody good as a senior, hey, that senior gonna play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that was Met coaching style.
Yeah.
I was the biggest victim of that my junior year.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, but, that's a totally different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how I felt about the quarterback situation.
Okay.
No, I didn't want to put my 2 cents in because the simple fact is that I seen what happened to me my junior year.
Right.
That
Right.
happened to anybody.
Right.
So I sat back
Right.
and just let it play out. But when Mick saw it too, but when
Yeah,
he
yeah.
saw that, Freddie wasn't quite. Freddie was an athlete.
Yeah.
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 Freddie, truth be, if
Yeah.
Freddie was in the backfield, me, Ernest, and Freddie, it's probably been the fastest backfield in the country that year.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
the state of Florida.
Yeah.
'Cause you got guys in the flying.
Yeah. But y'all didn't run the wishbone. Y'all ran
Read option. Read
But
option.
quarterback
Okay.
fundamentally keeping the ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The read
Okay.
option.
Hey, look
Yeah.
at Fred.
Yeah.
Fred was in the backfield.
Yeah.
Johnny probably wouldn't have got the ball too much.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But I didn't care about that. That wasn't my MO. I just wanted to win.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
care about who, what, when, and where, who got the ball, who didn't get
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't care if I played fullback. I just wanted to play.
Right. So let me ask you this, because that's very understandable that, especially somebody that's going to lead the team. You want somebody to lead the team.
Yes.
And Craig, you led the team.
Yes.
Right?
I was a leader. Yes.
So who else was your dynamic players on offense?
Johnny and Ernest.
Johnny Ernest.
And then we had a special receiver, Julian Johnson. I mean, special, when I say special, should have been D1. If I throw for 800 yards that year, he caught 700. All right? But I take that back. I got a lot of stats off Freddie because I would throw an out pattern, 3 yards, Freddie going to get me 50.
Okay.
Because you playing one-on-one, you can cancel Christmas. So Julian Johnson on offense and Ernest, 2,000-yard running backs. All right, I had it going on. Ernest, and Ernest didn't run nothing outside between the tackles. All right, 32 dive, 32 read, 34 dive, 34 read. Putting his head down, letting it ride. But that year, we had 4. Only thing that didn't have really a backup because I lost Freddie the second game of the year.
Okay.
So I didn't have a backup, if y'all remember. I didn't have a backup. Kurt Houston was going to come from the defense to be my backup. But as far as being a second-string quarterback, No, we didn't have one.
And I would say, shoot, especially during that time, as a running quarterback, you really needed somebody in place.
Yes.
Let me ask you this: as far as the defense is concerned, because you guys practice against the defense all the time.
Yes.
From what I'm hearing, you guys were stacked on
Yes.
both sides of the ball, but the defense was y'all had a defense. How was it going against the liking of T. Green and Mr. Savage and Houston? Or how was that?
Well, let me say this. My favorite part of practice was goal line.
Goal line defense.
Goal line, yes,
Goal
sir.
line defense. Everybody thought it was a finesse back or whatever. I love goal line defense. We had those big linemen up there, boy, them big Michael boys.
Yeah.
Boy, we had it.
Uh-huh.
Now you look to that line, you see that beast standing over there, that 180-pound John McAdams. Like, boy, you in trouble.
Yeah.
Man, the depth on defense was so deep. We could have went 3 deep on defense.
Yes. Yes.
We
Yes.
could have went 3 deep. It really didn't matter. We were good.
Yeah.
Defense was the strongest part of our bus.
Yeah.
So 9 times out of 10, we got a short field.
Yeah.
Because that defense stood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we had a kicker that if you're going to punt,
Kenny Moe.
he's going to punt it. He's going to
Yeah.
50 yards every punt, 60 yards every punt. So we always had a short field.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, that defense, it was, I love goal line defense, but I paid for it the next day.
Yes.
Yeah. So them was the battles.
Yeah.
Those
You know,
were the battles.
that's when you get in there and you going this one it's man against man.
Power
You know what I'm
out.
saying?
Power
Hey, we
out.
got 1
Yeah.
yard or 2
Yeah.
yards to
Yeah.
get this touchdown.
Yeah.
I need the best out of you right now.
Yeah.
And we were so basic, we knew it. Power.
Power.
So there's no doubt.
Power.
Wherever
Yeah,
that H-back set at,
That's what
Johnny
side we
that way.
going to. Yeah.
we going that way. It was just like missiles coming that way. It wasn't it's like the day that shotgun at the 5-yard line, it wasn't that.
No.
But we got past
No.
that 10,
Yeah.
Power.
come on there, bro. We finna
That's
And it was like, to me, our team was a brotherhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm not even talking about like family. It was like a brotherhood. Like we was all from the east side.
Yes.
Yeah.
The east side is just a big hood in
Yeah.
my mind.
Yeah.
You know. So when I came to school, see Craig, Johnny, Big Led, John McAdams, Kurt, and all us, it was just like we didn't even know how good we was. We know we wasn't gonna lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't never thought we could lose.
Nope.
It was just like,
We can't lose.
man, we can't lose. And we took each other for granted.
Yeah.
We was all good. But we didn't look at each other as we was good. We just like, this is what we do.
Right.
Yeah.
There was never a game. Was there any? You guys went 12-2 that year. At some point, you was 12-1 in the regular season. You lost 1 game.
Yes.
Who was that game y'all lost to?
Lakewood.
St. Pete Lakewood. Good God Almighty.
Lakewood. All right, we gonna
Jesus
wait. Let's
Christ.
hold that, Johnny. Let's
Yeah.
hold that. I
Lord have
just want
mercy.
to say we lost. We were 12-1. We finished even 12-2 because we didn't win the state.
Right.
Let's kind of go back before Lakewood game.
Yes.
Right. I was speaking on, going into every game. I can only imagine just looking at my team and imagine, how we thought about when we stepped on the field. And I can say you probably felt the same way. It's just we gonna win. Just
Yes.
how bad we gonna win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What was your most memorable game and why was it during the regular season?
I'm gonna back that one up.
Hey, listen, this is Real Deal from Troof Be Told. Hey, listen, we got something very special going on. We got a PSA screening. It's going to be free to the community. On June the 7th, 2025, at 13th Ave from 12 to 2 o'clock. We need to make sure that you're there. Hey, PSA screening, June the 7th, 2025, 13th Ave. Make sure you're there.
Up first, if you don't mind. We didn't find ourselves really. We played good because we were athletes, but we didn't find ourselves to game 4 because Johnny got suspended in game 3. John McAdams got suspended in game 4. AJ got suspended in game. So we were good. We knew it was great because we knew if John was going to be out, somebody that was coming behind him was best. So I said that to say this. We didn't find ourselves, and I'm talking about me. I'm going to give this story real quick. I was the music guy, right? I had 4 12s in the trunk. When I crank up in the parking lot, I'm rocking. I got everybody shaking with me, right? Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. So Matt came to me. He wouldn't call me Red Dog. He called me Craig Dog. He said, Craig Dog. I said, yes, Matt, what you want? I ain't even say Coach, what you want?
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna make a deal with you. And coach, if you're watching this, I'm gonna give him a big shout out. He said, I'm gonna make a deal with you. He said, I want you to go to the parking lot tomorrow. He said, I want you to crank the car up, and I don't want you to turn the music on. He said, I want you to come around, and I want you to park, and I want you to go get dressed. He said, if they don't follow you, you can party every day. He said, if they follow you, you're gonna do it my way. Now these my dogs. We rocking every day. They gonna do it bad, right? They gonna party without Red Dog. I just got to go get this white boy off my you see what I'm saying? All right, coach bothered me. He done told me he ain't gonna bother me the rest of the year. We gonna shake this thing.
Yeah.
What they did?
They follow you.
Everybody came to practice. Real? I said, what's wrong with y'all? You here, dog? Let's go. Dog, y'all supposed to buck. But I wasn't supposed to tell them they supposed to buck. But I said that to say this. The next day, Coach Maechtle, when they bought me a towel, they say, follow the leader, number 5. Follow the leader, number 5. And I became, in myself, he said that day, I don't care about no Freddie, I don't care about nobody there, lead my team.
Yeah.
And he said, take that back, lead your team.
Man, that's powerful, man.
That's powerful. I'm getting chills right now.
that's powerful.
But he told me that. He said, I make a deal with you. If they don't follow you, you can party the rest of the year. Nobody bucked. But I ain't know how important I was.
How important you
That they would follow. I just know they gonna buck, right?
Yeah.
Babe didn't even buck. Babe supposed to buck.
Yeah.
Baby Jane supposed to buck everything.
Yeah.
Ain't her dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I wanted to back that up
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
say after that game, all right, I let Johnny tell his story why he got mad and got suspended, and then we'll talk about John McAdams and A.J. Johnson. But them first 4 games, we was reckless. Coach Maechtle said, be there at 12. 12? What?
Yeah.
We'll get here at 2:45. When you going to feed us? I got this chick I got to go see.
Yeah.
Then he got mad and back up. Y'all going to be here at 9.
Yeah.
No.
I think,
Johnny in Sarasota, Clint in Sarasota.
I think one week
Oh, man,
it was
Pat, man.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. Because he trying to.
Yeah.
Right.
Trying to get us
But the
together.
way to get us, he figured it out, is to get the quarterback.
The quarterback. That's an awesome story, man.
Yeah.
So he mentioned that you got suspended.
Yeah, my story was, it was Venice.
Yep.
And I think like first quarter, we run the sweep. You know, I hate when somebody grabbed my jersey and spun me around.
Slowing around.
Oh, that hit me.
Right.
I don't know why that bothered me so much.
Right.
He grabbed my jersey, threw me outside, and I'm in Venice bench on Venice side on the sideline. One of the Venice players, they won't admit to this day, it was the coach. He looked at me. He said, "Get up, N-word," and kicked me in my head. And I lost it. If you know me,
Johnny wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, ain't
that,
gonna,
that
yeah.
Bryce blood came out.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Right.
lost it. I
Right.
grabbed the first stick, you stick it in the ground. I might have stabbed a couple of them with that, and they jumped. I looked over, I said, "Boy, y'all coming."
Yeah.
First when I saw my boy, my protector, I call him to this day, been my fullback since 8th grade. Ernest T. the first
Earn the
one.
T, baby.
Ernest T.
Ernest cleared the river, pulled me up. But somehow,
He gonna come.
we was on like our 30, well, going ready to go in. After all them penalties, we
Oh,
back at the
man.
one.
No.
We was home, that was a home game
That was
too.
a home
Yeah, that was a
game.
home game. Yeah, that was a home game.
It was so bad to me. I had to write a letter to the
Yeah.
high school, whatever it was. Meg had to stand up for me. They wanted to kick me out for the whole
Oh,
year.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
But they looked at it and said, well, I had to apologize to the team. I had to sit out that game, practice the 3rd team or 2nd team all.
Oh,
But it
yeah.
showed me something. Because the next time I came back, I averaged like 120 yards a game. We came back to Sarasota. Sarasota was the like, oh, they
Big
man.
That's the
Five.
that's the game
Yeah.
though.
Nick told me, Johnny, watch out. That free safety ran down everybody out there. Now, never forget it. Reggie Corbett said, he ain't finna catch Big Bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that year, Craig called it was a sweep.
Yep. 4-day sweep.
Cut all the way back. It was like a 60, 70-yard run. He was coming. In my mind, I'm like, bro, you must got a rocket in your pocket. You ain't got nothing coming here. And that, after that suspension, it showed me. That's the first time really I realized that football didn't need me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need football.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's
And
awesome.
that's it, man. From then, Kirk Houston said, locker room. Coach Maechtle said, everybody's fine. Oh, anybody got something to say? Kirk Houston said, JC is back. That made me feel so good.
Yeah.
I missed out. We got the silk white pants.
Yeah.
Week before I missed that, I come wear them.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
man,
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
this week I silk white pants all ready to go.
Yeah.
And that was the game that defined my whole football career. I
See what I'm
don't care.
saying? It's like a brotherhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
But see, now that game right there, Sarasota game, me and you and John was talking
Yes.
a couple of weeks ago. And we was talking about what's our most exciting game.
Yeah.
The Sarasota game to me.
Sarasota game. Yeah.
Because if we win that game, we remain number one. I think we was number one before we went to that
We
game,
before
right?
Sarasota,
Yeah.
and we needed to be, we need to remain number one when we beat Sarasota. But they had us Dunkel. Y'all remember Dunkel? You
Yeah.
don't remember Dunkel Index? So
Dunkel
Dunkel Index,
Index.
who rated USA Today.
Oh,
and
okay.
Dunkel
Yeah.
Index back
Absolutely.
then.
Absolutely.
Dunkel had us down 27.
Yeah, they had us down. We was going to
Had us
lose.
losing 27
Yeah.
Okay.
by 27.
Y'all was the number one team at
We
that
was
point.
number in
Number one
4A.
in 4A.
And had y'all losing that game.
They had us losing.
Because they had knocked off Manatee.
Yeah, they had beat Manatee.
And they were
Gotcha.
4-0, and we was 4-0.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they had Sean Rose. Sean Rose was probably one of the baddest receivers that was going to be.
Sean.
Quarterback.
They had
Suplee, Ray Suplee.
no, Ray was our junior. Our junior year, Ray was a
The
quarterback.
quarterback
I thought
they were
Ray
crazy about.
Suplee-
I think it was Ray Suplee.
Yeah, I think
No.
it was Ray Suplee.
But Ray beat us our junior year, remember?
He did.
At
That's why I was
Southeast.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
why. And we
because
had to go
I-
down to
when they ran
Sarasota.
Pat down.
Yeah.
Ray
So Ray came out with us then.
yeah, he was a senior with us.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Ray Suplee. Yeah.
Ray, real that game to me. Man, that was the livest game in the world. We had to
Yes.
go to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even though they had us, see Craig like an index. Craig know all the stats.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know they had us to lose. Because in my mind, man, we ain't losing nobody.
Right. Right.
Man, we went to Sarasota, man. It was just the crowd. It was just hype, man. Johnny had done broke out for, I don't know how long that was. What it was, about 70.
That set the tone when Johnny broke out.
Big Leg even got it. Big Leg got an interception that game. Big Leg got an interception that game.
He got an interception. Yeah.
Playing
Man.
the end.
The end.
Yes.
And we won 19-0. Craig told me a stat about 2 weeks ago. Was at John McAdams' house about what our defense did that night.
Yeah.
Craig asked me, he said, Green, how many yards you think Sarasota had on y'all that night? He said passing and running, just total that together.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know. Craig looked at the thing, 94 yards, real.
Total.
Listen.
Powerhouse team.
And they
Now
had-
you talking about
they-
Sean
they-
Rose. What
they had
Sean
been
Rose was?
yards a
He was
game.
Yeah.
he was All-American, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was All-American. Sean
They-
Rose
they-
and Ray
They had
Yancey boy was all American.
they had Carlos Yance, they had
Yeah.
Chico Nelson.
All them
No,
boys
Chico
high-
them had done graduated.
No.
No, Chico came with us.
I thought one of them graduated. Carlos either Chico graduated.
No, all of them was on the team.
All of them was when we
Yeah.
played. Okay, I thought they had graduated.
Ohio
yeah.
State.
Yes,
all
Ohio
Yeah,
State.
yeah.
Big time boys.
Wow.
Big time boys. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And but like T Green say, you know when you came through Southeast, we packed the stands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never seen Sarasota that high.
Man, I think
They brought stadium stands in.
Yeah.
They brought stands in, and it was standing room only.
Ooh. Let me ask y'all this, because that's a big game.
That's a big game.
That's a big game. How was Mech or the defense? Who's your defense coordinator? DeLaser?
Coach of Laser.
Okay. How was their approach to that game? Did it seem as if they was a little bit concerned? You know, because sometimes players be like, man, I don't know what you talking about. Because
They can tell you about the offensive side with
Yeah.
the coach. I can tell you what the defense told us. So they can.
So if Julian dropped the ball or anybody dropped the ball, what Coach Maechtle say? You remember? Sean Rose would have caught that.
Yeah.
Chico would have caught
Yeah.
that. So he reminded you that you do not drop nothing, because if you drop, that was it. He said, correct dog, Race the Plea would have completed that.
Yes.
Right?
In practice, always tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Who was Liam brother Junior? What was he got from? He broke out from Manatee and the guy ran him down.
Arthur Richardson. Yeah.
Every game, every practice before that game. JC, he's gonna catch you, JC. You're gonna get ran down, JC. He's gonna get you. I just looked at him. That ain't possible, coach. He's gonna get you. So it was doubt. I'm like, why would he say this man that saw me run my whole life? Why would he say that? You know what I mean? That was never Mick
Yeah.
to try to poke at you.
No.
Right.
You know. So I'm like, what was that?
Right.
So when I got that run, because Mick always seemed to be nervous. Taylor was the steady flow on the offense.
Yeah.
Mick always seemed to be nervous because he felt like the pressure was on him.
Right. Right.
So me, all I said when I got it and I saw it, I'm like, Normally I don't hear anything or see anything. For some reason that day, all I heard was Mex say, "They gonna catch you, Jay." So I remember saying, that little, the marker to mark the touchdown, the goal.
Yeah.
That was just jumping, and when it jumping, I said, "Oh, it's over."
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
When it jumping, it was over.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
sir.
T Green said, that Sarasota game.
Oh,
I'll tell
man.
you who talked to me before
Oh,
that
man.
Sarasota game, and I don't think he was there when y'all was there, but Deputy Sam B.
Sam Bryant.
Sam.
Yep,
Okay.
Sam
Yeah,
Bryant.
Sam Bryant, University of Tennessee, played for the Dolphins a little bit. He was the first school resource officer at Southeast.
Okay.
So Deputy Sam B, big brother cut up. But that game right there, he said, this the game that University of Florida here, Florida State here. He showed me all the scouts. I didn't think I was scout material. I'm just rolling, right?
Yeah.
But he showed me, he said, look what's on this stage today. Don't you do nothing special. Control the ball.
Yeah.
Control the ball.
Ride him and pitch him.
Yeah,
Ride him and
Sam
pitch him.
was something special.
Ride him and pitch him. That's what he told me. He said, ride him and pitch him. He said, because that defensive end is the number one defensive end. You ain't going to get around him. But every play, no matter if I gave it or pitched it, I was on the ground.
He hit you every
And
time.
he let me know.
Yes, sir.
But Deputy
love
Sam
that.
B.
I love
Sam
that.
B.
Boy.
Say your role today is to ride, give,
pitch.
and pitch.
Yeah.
You say you ain't getting 0 yards
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah.
187 yards rushing. Ernest, 107 yards rushing. Ernest's brother, Keith, 100 yards rushing.
Yeah,
The
Keith,
backup
yeah.
running back.
Wow.
He said ride, pitch, and give. No running.
So that's
And see-
funny.
and see-
That's
and-
funny
and
because
see, go ahead, Real.
that's funny because I can remember the same principle when Coach DeLaser with us. That's what he told us against Willie Tiger. I don't care what happens. 10 got to be on the ground. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason.
Yeah.
You had
Yeah.
Coach DeLaser.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
Coach D
Well, see, Coach-
approach.
See, with us, we was a team,
Yeah.
but we was divided.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Coach Maechtle had them.
Yep. And
Coach
Taylor.
DeLaser had us. You know what I'm saying? And Coach DeLaser to us was an enforcer.
Yeah.
We looked at Coach DeLaser like, hey, man,
WWF.
boy, the white man, he's tough.
Yes.
So, and we already came up in the 80s, so we came up respecting the adults.
Yes.
Right.
So we already respected him, but then he just gave us he was like a different little, man, the white man, when he tell us to do something, we gonna do it.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to raise his voice. He already had our attention.
He had that demeanor though.
He just
Yes, he
had
did.
it.
Yes.
He just had
Yeah,
it, man.
yeah.
And Coach DeLaser made John McAdams feel like he was the best linebacker in the world.
Yeah.
Coach Stallard
Coach Stallard.
made whoever played defensive line, made them feel like they was the best defensive line in the world. We had Coach Shappett. Coach Shappett made sure all of us felt that way.
Yeah.
He used to make me feel good every day because he'd always come up to me and say, T. Green, you the best in the business.
Yeah.
He don't know what that did to me,
Yeah.
but that made me feel good.
Yeah.
So when we couldn't wait the game day.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Practice, man. Yeah, practice, man. But
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were so ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't have no coach, we ready.
ready.
They had us just like that.
Yeah.
And the way they prepared us for every game, especially that Sarasota game, man.
Yeah.
We was so ready to play them, boy.
Yeah.
We could have played them in the road, boy.
yeah,
You know?
It was so hype.
Oh, man.
Led had a towel.
Yep.
On the towel, we just normal Southeast stuff. By that third quarter, Led flipped the towel over. Towel said, turn out the lights.
Turn out the lights.
I forgot what game it was.
Yeah.
Led got ran over one game. He didn't get ran over, but he was talking. He was singing to the
He was singing
tackle. He was saying
Keith Sweat.
song.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
Something.
White guy looked at him. That's that, right? Hype.
Yes.
I would never forget it. Led doing glitch, but he's singing the song.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like
Yeah.
you said, like John McAdams.
Yeah.
Not one time in my mind, I felt like the defense gonna let us down. I never forget that.
No.
Yeah.
And another game that really set us off, we knew we were destined because of this one game. We had a game just like 85 had. We won the game.
Well, you
9
can't go that fast yet because he ain't got past Lakewood. Hold that thought. You ain't got past Lakewood yet. Yeah, we're going to bring up Lakewood. But come on, you had asked the question earlier about going against them in practice.
Yeah.
My brother came from Germany. He said, I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. He said, y'all the craziest team I ever seen. I said, what you mean? He said, y'all fight Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We did. I would get mad if they make me mad and throw Kirk an interception so I can go tackle him. Yeah, he did, right? But my brother came from Germany, had never seen us play because he was in the Army. He said, y'all the craziest team I ever seen because y'all fight Monday to Thursday, but nobody better not bother y'all on Friday.
No, that's
Nobody
right.
trying to
better
tell
not
you.
bother
Nobody
y'all.
better not bother.
I-
He said, you were just fighting such and such, and then they're going to help you fight. That's what they better do.
That's what they better do.
But going against them every day, we made each other better because I was taunting them. I was going to taunt them. I want to talk noise to them. I want to talk lead head.
Yeah.
I would let Ernest run the ball,
Yeah.
and then Ernest go through the hole and lead head stand him up. I punch him in the stomach. All right? Brian Thompson on other Brian
Vincent,
on the other
yep.
end, right there. Let him. If I pitch it to Johnny, punch him in the stomach. Yeah. And then they say, Coach, he's doing that. They say, hit him back. But they knew not to hit me. They knew.
They already knew.
They knew.
Yeah, don't touch
Yeah,
him back
don't
now.
touch. Don't touch it.
Don't touch
yeah.
it.
But that's what every day made
Fun,
us better.
man.
Yeah.
Every day,
Yep.
because they knew the plays.
Yeah.
And if we could beat them,
Yeah.
if we,
Yeah.
that's why Johnny say for us to get to the goal line,
Yeah.
we ain't get to the goal line. Mex say stop.
Yep.
Take it to the 10.
That's take it there.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
go.
If we started on the 50, we probably stayed on the 50 or
Yep.
might end up back on the 40. All right. But if we knew that if we scored from the 50 on them, nobody got nothing on us.
That's awesome, man.
Nobody got nothing on us.
Let me ask y'all this because that was Sarasota game. Y'all played them fairly early.
Yes.
All right.
Made us 5-0.
What did it mean to you guys that Manatee did come off the schedule? Y'all was not able
Man,
to play Manatee.
What it meant to me,
Yeah.
I
to
still
me,
feel
I
cheated,
I
man.
felt bad because I still never got a chance to play them my senior year. But it made me feel good because they were running. It showed me what kind of culture they take. They take all this bravo that we this, we that, but we didn't see that. All we saw was tail end. We didn't see that. We didn't see none of that. I mean, it was so bad to me that my junior year, per se, I'm saying this, you call me a lie, whatever. I've been told Mick, Craig know the story. I was working at Duff's.
Yeah.
I was from practice to
Yep.
Duff's.
To Duff's.
A coach just give me a ride. They're gonna pick me up. Give me a ride. He was a Manatee assistant coach.
Yep.
You come play for me. And we get the ball all the time. I'm like, no, man, I ain't do it. Tom McDuffie told me about me.
Yep.
That's how I went
Like-
over there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go. I said, there's no way I do it. And Tom grew up like a brother to me. It's 3 people on that team I knew my whole life. His brother and Tom McDuffie. From Rogers Project on up. But I wouldn't go because I just felt so like Ed Brown was my brother. Dad was the hate for Manatee, it was deep. I wasn't going that way.
Yeah.
And that's how much it made me proud they was running, but also
Yeah.
made me sad that we couldn't play them.
Yeah.
But they knew what was up.
Yeah.
They dropped us off until they came up and we went down.
Yeah.
Now, that's when I added him to my song. What's it going to take to let Craig and Johnny play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, we bonded
Because we didn't play junior or senior year. We didn't play them.
No, but you got playing time. Me and Johnny, I ain't talking about me, right? There's no way Johnny shouldn't have been on the field. Pat Carnegie, that's my dog. I've been knowing Pat since first grade, all the way up there. Love Steve Pollock, right? But Pat should have been at quarterback or either Steve. I don't know which one was the best. And Johnny, in my opinion, Johnny should have been tailback. All right. So it was clear that, hey,
Yeah.
I wasn't even the third string. I wasn't even the second string quarterback because it was Steve, Pat. Even though Pat was the running back, if someone having a Steve, Pat was going to go to quarterback. Then Johnny was going to get in the game.
Gotcha.
So that's why I just didn't care. I started beating up white boys, started beating up. I got suspended 3 times. I think I had a 1.2 GPA.
Yeah.
That
Because
don't even
Kirk didn't play
rectify-
that year either, our junior year,
Kirk
remember?
was the starter, and Kirk started following me.
Yep.
Kirk was starting.
Yep.
Kirk started following me, beating up the boys, and then not getting his grade.
Yep.
And then he got ineligible after the 8 games, 7 games. So that was a I just didn't care, real.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I mean, because I had just come off my JV year. Freshman year, we went 6-0.
Yeah.
All right, JV year we went 7-1, 7 something like that. I think 7-1. I'm thinking I'm the man. I'm the quarterback. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
No.
Now, speaking of that Sarasota game, my junior year, it was a close game. We lost that game because the last minute they pitched to Pat. The man ran Pat down.
Oh yeah.
This changed me too. Mick was, what's going on? Coach Clemens. I rest his soul. Coach Clemens looked back, looked at Coach Clemens, and looked at Coach Meg. He would have never caught Johnny.
Yeah. Clem was real.
How did go in? No, come out. Women go in. Women fumble the ball.
Yeah, fumble, man.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That Sarasota game, it really. Both those years opened my eyes.
Yeah.
Because when I heard Coach Clemens say that, it brought me up.
Yeah.
I was down because I knew I was supposed to be there, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was down, but I was a team player. I practiced every day. I did my part. I didn't bicker about nothing.
Yeah.
I knew my time was coming.
Right.
We had interviewed us that spring, me and Ernest, the running back. And so what's different between you, Ernest, and Pat, and Bundrix? I don't know where this come from. Once again, I said this come from, we knew we was it that year. I said, well, they're stronger, but we more dangerous.
Yes.
What do you mean by that? I said, we're quicker, we're faster. All we need is a crack. They need a whole yard. That was the difference.
Wow.
And they put that in the newspaper.
Wow.
I just knew that year we were just somebody.
Yeah.
We didn't need Manatee to find that.
No.
Manatee need us to define that year.
Gotcha. And that's special, man. You know, when I think about this past draft, right? They held a draft in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And every time the Bears got up, you know, it was a hate thing between Bears and Green Bay fans. How deep is Manatee Southeast?
Hold on.
How deep
Real,
is that?
they go ahead,
I
man.
think you understand. When my son was playing, that's when they sent out the letters saying you got school choice.
Yeah.
This is how deep this is. My son got that letter and brought it inside. Who they think they is? I would never go there. Never. My son got that letter.
Yeah.
That's how deep that is.
It's deep. It's deep. I got mad with Kurt when Ace was there because he wore Manatee stuff.
Boy, listen.
My son was the starting free safety when they won state. Yeah. I would not put Manatee stuff on.
Listen.
I wore a red shirt with Southeast pants, Southeast socks. I got mad with Tawanda Houston. She said, that's my son, man. This is how deep that thing is.
That's how I was.
But you don't put no Manatee stuff on.
Oh,
you know my
man.
nephew, right?
Yes.
Chad say when he switched over to Manatee, he wore a Southeast shirt under his stuff. He said, Canan said, hey, Hayes, we don't do that here. Simple, right?
Yeah.
He said he ain't raised the boy.
Yeah.
He is or it ain't.
Yeah.
He said, Chad, so I'm going to take him. He said, no. In the garbage.
Yeah.
This don't get to leave him. In the garbage. He said, well, this my uncle's. No.
Is it garbage?
In the garbage.
Oh, man.
Don't bring that back here. No more. It's deep.
It's deep,
It's
man.
deep. Did y'all get to play him?
Yeah, we played.
Okay.
They played him.
And that's what hurt.
But-
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt.
85?
Yeah.
I can remember.
Yeah.
Larry Taylor?
Yeah.
Yes,
Stanley
sir,
Boyd.
boy.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Listen.
I can never. You'll never have that opportunity.
Nope.
Ever again.
We can't do
You
it.
just got to
Nope.
live by.
So all we got right now is what
Speculation.
we talking about.
That's
But see,
17-0.
I can
Yeah.
relate to Johnny. When my son going into high school, where we at now, East Braden?
Yes.
On night, that's Southeast. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Manatee District.
Yeah.
I used to be all Southeast.
Yeah.
So my son had to go to Manatee. Me and my wife, we graduated from Southeast. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. When my son said, Dad, I'm going to Manatee, I used to act like I was happy because I was trying to, that's my boy. That's my boy. Me and my wife used to act like we was happy.
Yeah.
Boy, we go in that room, we were like, man, I think I'm getting punished. my wife said it too. My wife said, I can't believe Blake is finna go to Manatee. We both said, when he play football, there's no way in hell we gonna sit on Manatee side. Every JV game, we sat on the visitor side.
Now,
Every game,
You was a visitor.
we sat on the visitor side.
Were
When he
you
was
a
playing-
visitor?
Huh? Yeah,
But
yeah,
listen.
I'm a visitor. Yeah, I was a visitor.
But real.
Yeah.
Now, before that, he was cutting my hair every week.
Yeah.
I ain't get no haircut for the whole year from Green.
Man, look at him, man.
I ain't going to T Green.
Man.
He know not to have Blake at Manatee. Nope.
Oh, man.
Nope.
Wow.
Boy.
Haircut. Nope.
After the JV,
Nope.
after the JV season was over, my son I think God talked to him. 'Cause my son came out. He told me and my wife. He said, "Mom, Dad, I want to go to Southeast, and I want to scream, but I like I was being tough. I said, son, why you want to go to Southeast? What happened?" He said, "I just want to go to Southeast." I said, okay. Well, me and my wife got in that room. Boy, I said, "Yes, sir, boy."
I don't think
yes,
people
sir.
understand it. It's like Michigan, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand it.
Yeah.
I mean, I see guys who kids go that down.
Yeah.
As they were last years, they wear the shirt on. I be like, how can y'all? That's like a vampire in the sun.
Yeah.
I was asked the coach over there.
Yeah.
I almost got a charge.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah,
do
man.
No, orange and blue. My son, I got one. Listen, I got a child that graduated from every school in the county. I would not wear no Lakewood Ranch stuff. I would not wear no Pat by the Tiger stuff. I would not wear no Bay Show stuff, no Manatee stuff. They get mad because I wear Southeast stuff to their game.
That's just where it is.
It's just how it was, man. You know, just how the coaches put that in our mind,
Yes.
how the players before us
Yes.
Yeah.
put that in our mind. When I played for the Manatee Broncos, our home games were Southeast.
Southeast, yeah.
So we in the Southeast locker room, all we see is Southeast
blue,
helmet, Southeast arm pads. It was Southeast.
Yes.
I was living in the project then. I mean, if I'd have stayed in the project, I was going to go to Base Show.
Yeah.
But my mind was on Southeast because that's all we seen in Little League.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So when my mom moved to the east side, it was,
It was on.
yeah.
So let me ask you guys this. I want to push this forward just a little bit. You guys managed to lose to who?
St. Pete Lakewood, man.
St. Pete Lakewood. 12-1 regular season. You lose to St. Pete Lakewood, which was a very important game.
Yes.
That game set up the difference between y'all being on the road,
Yes.
opposed to y'all playing at home.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we talk about how great the team was. Like, what happened?
I was pitching Johnny the ball and he wouldn't catch it.
I ain't play that game,
Now
real.
the prank is over.
Just say the prank is over.
All right.
Say the prank is over.
Listen,
I mean, because we needed that game.
we was an option
need that
team.
game.
Yeah.
Yes.
We was an option team. For some reason, Craig became Tim Tebow. Jamila Holloway.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing, but
That
it
was
was
my
like
dog.
it was so bad. I said, Craig, pitch the ball. Pitch it. Okay. Pull right. 38 veer. I said, what's wrong with him? I'm right on the sideline. This skin #1 playing free safety talking trash. So the first time I get loose, I'm gonna bam him.
Yeah.
Talking too much.
Yes.
Pitch the ball, Craig. I went back. I said, Mick. He said, I see it. He said, we don't even have this play. If Mick making up a sandlock play, something wrong.
Something wrong, yeah.
Mick said, pull right, 38 veer, pitch.
Pitch.
Craig, man, Craig got up there and did the same thing. If Craig would have pitched the ball, I could have had 7,000 yards that game.
Wow.
He would not pitch. I don't know why. I think Craig was the first NIL deal. Then.
That's I'm trying to get to that, Johnny, because see, this ain't adding up. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember him saying, the resource officer said, hey, man, we just need you to
Pitch the ball.
Yeah.
either
Right.
give
Pitch.
or pitch.
Yeah.
Give or pitch, right? This game, matter of fact, y'all lost. What was the score?
About 4 points?
Yeah.
4
points.
points.
Yeah.
I know Green didn't play that game. I thought you had something going on
That's
with.
my story. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So QB1.
Yes, sir.
What happened, man?
Well, sir, we was riding #1 in the state. We was riding high. And then when I walk in the stands, they had this. They were Spartans, and they had #5 sticking up on the thing. Now all the numbers at Southeast, why they got to put 20 was faster than me? Why they ain't put 22 on there?
Yeah.
Why they ain't put Ernest number on there? What number Ernest was?
44?
44. They got #5 hanging up and down.
Your number.
My number. And I took it personal.
His mama was mad.
My mama got in the fight. My mama got in the fight with the lady.
At the game?
By her baby being up on that. It wasn't me. But she said, take her baby off that goddamn thing.
Wait.
Yeah.
You walked into the stadium. pregame. Going through pregame.
Yeah,
y'all
it was
feeling
their
good.
homecoming. It was their homecoming.
It was their homecoming. So I didn't.
They had a float.
Yes. It was
They had a float.
So y'all feeling good.
homecoming for them?
This
They
is
tried us.
I mean, Lakewood, that wasn't a game that y'all had to be necessarily concerned about, was
They was
it?
undefeated.
They was undefeated. So it was a big game.
Yes, big game.
Okay, big game. So so you let a flag with the number 5.
Yeah. A dummy with the number 5. That's what he's just a dummy hanging on the spot.
Like a little stick or something. Like a
They
little.
had a male
like
body like a dummy, and they had number 5 on it with the helmet.
So you think that was for you, or you think it just put up
That was for me.
that was for you?
So I'm gonna show them what number 5 we're gonna do.
Look at
Boy, I
Johnny
was
face.
mad. I was like, man.
I owned it.
Oh,
You own it.
I owned it,
Pissed the
even
ball.
after the game, but I knew I wasn't gonna get benched.
pissed.
So wait, hold on, now, that's a different spin. Now, hold on.
I ain't have no backup.
He had a
You had the
backup now.
backup.
Kurt
Right.
had to play.
Yeah,
He was
Kurt.
out.
Listen,
All right, so what were you trying to do though? Like
Show
you
them
want to be the hero of the
That
game?
out of the whole season, that game was my game to show them that you disrespected me.
well, it didn't work.
You did.
It didn't work.
Here's how crucial this game was. By us losing that game, we dropped down from number 1
to number 4.
to number 4. Now, end of the year, because we was the number 1 team, we were undefeated from the opponent in.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have been ranked number 1. The game would have been at Southeast
State game.
State game.
Yeah.
Instead, we had to go up there and play with 7-degree weather.
Don't
Now-
get that far yet. Man.
Now, once again, Lakewood is defined because if Lakewood would have beat this team,
Yeah.
well, beat this team, we'd have played them again.
We thought they yeah, but they lost to Kathleen.
They lost Kathleen,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Golly,
Yeah.
boy.
Wow.
Because we wanted to get them back.
Oh, we want them back, boy.
And T Green really wanted because he.
Oh, man, boy.
Bad.
Yeah.
Because Kathleen beat them, we had to. And I wish Kathleen won that game because Kathleen was Bears. Boy, I know my life seen nothing like Kathleen.
Yeah.
But let me back that up. This is where the senior thing came back to Hunters at. All right. Rodney Hawkins was the senior behind T Green. He ain't gonna put no senior in front of us, like that right there. He was the free safety. Janone Mays.
Yeah.
Baddest thing out there.
Yeah.
We lobbying. Drennan.
Yeah.
Rodney Hawkins the senior.
So you put
Neck just couldn't bring it in himself to say let Drennan start. Rodney
Yeah.
earned it. Rodney was a senior. Rodney made practice every day. Rodney stuck it out. Though he chose to play the same position that T Green played, Rodney was there. Right? So in Coach Maechtle mind, that's who gonna play. We know.
drone. Yeah, drone.
Drennan.
Yep.
Drennan.
Yeah.
Drennan.
Yep.
Not saying that I had the worst game of my life, of my
Right.
my high school career.
Right.
All right. But nobody scored on us.
Yeah.
But the 3 touchdowns they scored was passes.
It was.
Where he
Green
would
would
have
have been
You
at.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Three passes right up the middle. I don't know. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. First steps as a free safety is what, Green?
Yeah.
Three-
Back,
Three
right?
steps back.
Right.
Go
First
back.
steps forward.
going forward.
Going forward.
Oh,
Three steps back, man.
Not to say that I take full responsibility because the newspaper headlines either say Huggins led or Huggins
Lost. Yeah.
That's what every newspaper headline that I
Quarterback.
got that I showed T Green, it either said it
Yeah.
don't say nose roll, it say Huggins and nose roll,
Yeah.
but it says Huggins and nose go down. You see?
Yeah.
I had to own it. I knew what I did.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing against Johnny. I don't even. That was my 17-year-old mature
Yeah.
mind at
Yeah.
that time that I'm gonna show these jokers. And made my mess with my mama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And mess with my mama.
Yeah.
Right? Daddy finna go to jail.
Yeah.
Maybe if Freddie would have been there, I know Coach would have pulled me out.
I got you.
And what was funny about that game? Years later, it was the Little League football game. My son was playing. That same number 1 was on St. Pete sideline. Talking about, boy, they were talking about how fast that 22 was, but I wish they would never pitch it to him. I wanted that ball. I'm holding the flag. I looked at him. PJ talking about so. That fast number 22, that's him right there. I got so mad at Craig. I said, boy.
Mad
I gave Johnny PTSD. All right?
I was so mad that game. I'm like, boy,
That's when
I
they
was
had William Floyd was on the team.
But I
St. Pete,
regrouped.
Tom Carter.
We regrouped. We
Yeah.
played Tampa Plant next.
Plant.
And now that game,
Was different.
the 4-8 quarterback had 180 yards rushing
Yeah.
because they knew. Don't look at Craig. Fly to Johnny.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Shut Ernest down. Greg, get your gun. Right?
Yeah.
So,
And that's
Craig, you had another
that's
good
funny.
game against
That's funny.
Tampa Tech. No,
Tampa Bay Tech, Tampa Plant.
what game you had? You showed out, Craig. What
That was
that?
Tampa Plant.
Tampa-
180 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns.
Southeast.
49-7.
We played them at Southeast, yeah.
49-7.
Yeah.
What's interesting about the Tampa Plant game? I did read an article about that because y'all blew them out.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
playoff game.
No.
No.
That was
Wasn't
not
play-
game number 9.
Okay,
Game
so
number
y'all,
9.
I know y'all end up blowing them out.
Yeah.
And I read in the article the head coach
Got mad.
got really upset.
Yes.
It said that y'all was running the score
Yes.
because some of the second team guys were in. Freddie got in.
Anthony Shellman and Ernest brother.
Hold up. Didn't they have that bad quarterback, Mike Boger? What was his name?
No, that was Tampa Bay Tech.
Tampa Tech.
Tech.
No,
Yeah.
Tech had that running back too. Joe Green.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we-
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing.
We all that shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe
Y'all
Green.
shutting all that down.
I don't think nobody rushed 100 yards on us.
No.
No.
Truth be
No.
told, our defense gave up 71 yards, period, passing running on average.
Yeah.
All 10 games.
All 10 games.
71 yards. That was it.
71 yards.
71 yards.
That was
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
It wasn't none of that.
Yeah.
Then they had an all-state. Who had the all-state tight end when
Wow.
John was out? It was John.
That was
Jesuit.
Tampa.
Tampa
Tight end
Jesuit.
kept coming across
Yeah.
the middle.
Yeah.
John set the first half.
Yeah.
Come across the middle. He would come across the middle. Stud got it up. That first half, he across the middle. You ain't see number
The
tweaks.
most, that's it.
Boy,
Yeah.
ooh.
Wait, John
over with.
McAdams, right?
Yes.
That's not really a big person.
6
From
foot
what
1,
y'all
180.
telling me.
6 foot 1, 180.
John.
If that, huh?
That's
We
not
giving
the
him
big-
180.
Now Elijah Savage was the perfect linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
6'2", 220.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But
Swoop in high
Yeah.
school.
you talking about in the 80s now.
Yes.
John McAdams had that big old neck brace on.
You seen the picture that I sent you?
That
Did you
full-
see the green?
Full cage, 3-4 ball down the hill.
Yeah.
No elbow pass, no arm
No
pass,
nothing.
just big old. And John, they had something called a Dixie Dozen back then.
Yeah.
John was,
Yeah.
it was like 12 best players in Dixieland. He made that team.
Yeah.
John was a beast,
Mm-hmm.
beyond beast. He was a hitter. John could read sniff a play for play and get going.
Yes. Yeah.
John was.
Yeah, that's special.
I would say that people don't put John in ranks as the best linebackers ever.
Yeah, 'cause he wasn't flashy.
It wasn't
Yeah.
flashy. He wasn't no raw.
Yeah.
He wasn't no Bryce
Yeah.
Foreman. Knock his
Yeah.
head off, no pipe
Yeah.
down. John was just. John, look at them.
Yeah.
Who was winning well? He was never wrong. Who'd be where? Who'd do what? Like Elijah had that size,
Yeah.
but he wasn't nothing compared.
No.
And John wasn't no rah-rah type guy in the huddle.
Nope.
Yeah.
He didn't really just take control of the huddle. He
Yeah.
took control of how he played. We watched how he played.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, John, pound for pound, like Johnny said, probably the best linebacker that ever played at Southeast
Oh, man.
in our eyes.
Yeah.
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 He was Class 4A Defensive Player of the Year
Yeah. North South.
at
gang.
175 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Yeah.
Watching him play linebacker. See, we was on defense, so we watched him every day. Watching him play linebacker real, it was like he was dancing. His feet were just so smooth, man. He was perfect, man. He was a perfect linebacker
If
at
John-
that time and age,
John
man.
McAdams is like he said. Me and John McAdams went to kindergarten together.
Yeah.
So you know we done known each other. John lost his stock. It's just crazy, and it made the newspaper back then. Y'all remember he spent out and put the mud on Coach Maechtle?
Yeah.
But see,
Coach Maechtle had a white Toyota Celica, kept it shiny and clean, right? I told T Green about this story
Yeah.
the other day. Stud had a Mustang. We called John McAdams Stud.
Okay.
Stud had a Mustang. Why got in his mind to kick up mud on Coach Maechtle.
Oh, Lord.
And he kicked up mud all on the side of Coach Maechtle. But let me tell you about Coach Maechtle. Coach Maechtle came to the hood.
Sounds about right.
Coach Maechtle came to the hood, knocked on the door. Stud say, what this white boy want? Right? Big John, Stud daddy. Hey, Coach, how you doing? Look what your son did. Now, you know what Stud had to do, right?
Clean that car.
Right there.
Back it in the yard, clean it till I say it's clean. Come on, Coach. Now what they went and did in the shed, I don't know. He said, I'll come and let you know. Now I'm across the street. I got to help my dog wash the car. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And we good. But Stud probably had 30 offers until then.
I don't know what it was.
Oh, wow.
We didn't know. I don't know. I'm not going to go ahead and say it was Mac was like the who, what, when, and where. Mac stood for me. Even though when I felt like he
Oh, yeah.
he
Yeah.
cried me, like, Mac stood for me. You know, I was like tormented between my junior year and my senior year. But once again, stud, that's how you get the name stud.
Stud, yeah.
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 Golly.
Yeah.
But you don't just get stud.
You
Just
don't
be,
get to get stuck.
Yeah.
On defense
Man.
like that, they call you stud.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
special.
Man,
That's
all the
stud.
people, we had defensive linemen that could rotate out.
Oh, yeah.
Defensive end.
Kenny Williams, Leadhead,
We
Brian
had some
Vincent.
RoboCop, defensive end.
Yeah.
Who we call RoboCop?
uh,
Brian Vincent.
Brian Vincent.
Yeah, Brian
RoboCop.
Vincent.
He was the only white boy on defense.
And the only underclassman.
Yeah.
The
And
only
only-
white, well, the only underclassman, but he earned it.
He earned it, boy.
He earned it.
He played.
He earned it, boy.
Beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. But stud was the hardest of that.
Yeah.
All right. Let me ask you this, because for the sake of time, leave me.
She cut us
But
off?
no. Let me ask you this. We go through playoffs. We get through playoffs. We finally find out we got Niceville.
Yes.
State championship game we have to go, and we getting prepared for this week. We know it's gonna be a battle.
Yeah.
They got who on their team?
Kenny Fielder.
In the fielder, Kevin Knox.
Kevin Knox.
What's called it? The running back was Keidron Malone.
Keidron Malone.
There was another guy that played at Alabama, a defensive back.
Defensive back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can remember it was only probably about 12 black boys on the team that I can remember.
And it was not one black fan in the stadium. These boys adopted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just recently was able to find a highlight from Niceville of their season. And so I'm watching the highlights. And eventually, of course, they get to the state game.
Yes.
And I'm watching this game. So this is really my first time being able to see y'all playing that game. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
All I know is from what I hear about this team, that team did not show up that night.
Yeah.
What happened?
All right, this is me. It's probably like they knew what we were going to do before we did it.
Okay.
Okay.
This was the thing. We got so cocky on offense that we did the same thing according to the field.
Nobody
But
can stop
we
it.
were smashing our football. You
Yeah.
got to stop it. We don't care you know it's coming. You got to stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after the game, that linebacker, the number 42 played linebacker, he said, "Oh, we knew what you guys going to do before it even happened." And it clicked with me. I said, "How you knew that?" I'm sitting back there. When I called timeout 5 times in a row.
Yep.
That man said, he looked at where we at in the field. That man said, "Buck trap or sweep. Watch 22. Right and left." I said, "Oh."
Oh.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
So next play, Craig called it. And they were shifting that way. This one I had the long run. I took 2 steps and cut back and I was gone. I said, Mick, keep that up. They shifted to the downside. They just shifting over to which way we're going to go. That meant after the game, we knew when y'all back was in the end zone, y'all running dives and leads. When you get to midfield, you running sweeps and options. When you get from the red zone, dive, leads, and power eye. We knew that. So we knew where you're going to go at, who, what, when, and where, and he knew that.
Wow.
We never saw film of them till we got there.
Till they got there.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Y'all never saw film
No,
of them?
no.
I can't remember
How's that
watching
now?
film like that
I
either.
don't know.
We
I
didn't
don't.
never
We wasn't a film. I don't know. It wasn't just that era, you know.
Right.
But I wanted to say this: they had film on us because I wasn't afraid when I called a buck trap and they moved that way because I had the power to audible.
Yes.
What made me afraid is when I audible.
They
And
knew it
they
in.
knew.
They knew.
Ain't nothing say 34 this that. If I say red 50, that's a pass.
Boy, you're audible.
Red 50, they slide up on, they playing. My receiver's back, right? If I say red 50, they slide up. How you know what red 50 means? I ain't saying nothing as far as, but they knew too much.
Absolutely.
They knew entirely. The buck trap, like Johnny said, Johnny knew I had the power to audible, but at that time, he probably wasn't thinking about audible, but it didn't bother me when they moved, right?
Right.
But when I audible, and they moved to where the audible was going, what side the audible was going to,
So that makes sense to me because what I saw, man, it was like, wow, the plays and they show a couple. It wasn't just like a 30-second highlight of the game.
Yeah.
They show a good bit of that game.
Yes.
And from what I saw, man, it did look like dang, how they on everything, the dive, the pitch.
Everything.
And I think we was a bigger team too. I think
know
we was
what
a
I'm
bigger
saying?
team.
No,
We wasn't a bigger team.
No, because Kenny Fielder was 6'4", 215.
No,
Yeah.
they had big linemen, but their linebackers weren't that big.
Yeah.
They had a decent sized secondary, but they were slow.
Yeah.
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 They were slow.
Yeah. But that game, when we got there, I for myself, I had never seen nothing like it. Real. Just imagine Braden shut down. You remember how far Coach DeLazy had to go to get us some food? Mm-hmm. Coach DeLazy had to go 38 miles to get us something to eat because McDonald's shut down. Everybody was at the game. The entire city of Niceville was shut down. I needed some Long Johns. My mama had to go 48 miles to get me because it was cold.
Yeah.
Cold, Johnny
boy.
say 7 degrees.
Yeah.
It was cold,
It was
boy.
7 degrees. It was the environment, and I ain't gonna say it like shocked us.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we was from the east side. But my mama, remember that time I say follow the leader, follow the end. Where
Yeah.
Yeah, we
and
heard
the
that
black-
from that locker room.
so we thinking
Even riding up there, we
they
heard
got
stuff.
any black people on their team because, like Johnny said, the only black
Yeah.
people's on southeast side, right?
Yeah.
But it was just the environment. But if you look at, I'm always like T Green says, statistics guy. You know, after our game, there was never another state championship played on a home field advantage.
Nah, they changed that that year.
Mm-hmm.
Right after our year, I
Yep.
think it started either going to Daytona or
Yep.
somewhere. But because listen, the news reporters didn't even know what to say. This how bad we was treated. I'm talking about we was N-word, we was everything.
What
but
are
the
y'all
child of
doing
God.
up here? Y'all need to turn the bus
Oh, and
around.
remember what the guy said? He said that we was urban blacks. No, which ones they were, urban or rural? We was the
can't
poor
remember.
blacks, and they blacks were suburban blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, our black kids are suburban. We got the Air Force Academy up here. We got this up here.
Yeah.
Those urban guys down there.
Man, it was so bad, man.
Yeah.
Man, it was bad.
I never told nobody this. Never. And I'm sorry to say it because I'm a warrior to my heart. That's the first time I felt like before a game that we might be in trouble ever.
Yeah.
Like I said, this stadium's like a big old tomb, big old wore down stadium. They calling you the N-words, you come in, this and that. They define kind of black players we were, different from their black players. It was like it reminded me, remember the Titans. It's just that type of guy.
Yeah.
That's how I was.
Yeah.
And me, I never told my teammates this, but when I was so nervous, warm up my pretty boy time. I'm gonna cut hard, catch the ball, with it. I kept dropping the ball. One time the ball rolled over in that section. I went to pick the ball up. Man, that quarterback threw that ball, shot by my head. Phew. I said, this don't feel right. Went back in the huddle. I just didn't feel it from that point on in.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I
Yeah.
never in my life felt that way.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
That's just, and that's a big stage. You know what I'm saying? That's a big
Yeah.
stage. And,
Yeah.
everybody have these little butterflies for each game. And sometimes I think they're good to have butterflies.
Yes.
But, to be on that stage at that moment and to understand that this is one of them times of Southeast history,
Yes.
right? Of us being here and being able to say, hey, we have the ability to be the first team to win a state title for
Yeah.
Southeast High School,
Yes.
which is huge.
Yes.
It's considering all the teams, even the 85 team before you guys,
Yeah.
which I would say was I don't know teams before that, but from what I hear, the 85 team was a strong. I mean, if we had to do a comparison of the
Yes.
teams, right?
Yes.
That team will always be mentioned as well.
Yes.
The 85, the 88, the 94, and 95 teams, right?
Yes.
So tell me this. We end up losing that game,
Yes.
right? And I don't know if you want to say we were out-coached. I don't know if you want to say we was out-manned, whatever the case may be. In my mind, you probably was out-coached because of study,
Yes.
tape
Yeah.
study. And then, anytime a team can call out what you doing.
Yes.
Oh, man, this is an uphill battle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I know that because we used to do that against other teams. There was just no way in the world you're going to win this night.
Yeah.
So we lose that game.
Yes.
Knowing the type of team you had, how did y'all feel? Like, I mean,
Well, I must be real quick. I was disgusted. I was busted and everything, right? But I tell you, Coach DeLazer, he said, stand up. He said, wipe your face. He said, it started out, and I'm just making up a number because I don't remember my number was. He said, it started out with 400 teams. There's 2 left. You one of them. Man up and get your boys. And I went and picked everybody up off the field. Tori Wilcox crying, Johnny, everybody crying. Get up. But Coach DeLazer did that for me. I probably stayed sad 30 seconds. I mean, after we did the handshake and everything, but he came to me, looked me in my face. He said, we started out with 400, August the 1st. It's December the 16th. It's 2 of y'all standing. You just didn't get the victory. Go get your boys. And I went and got the team, and let's ride.
That's right.
Let's ride.
With me, from my life that I came from,
Yeah.
that was my biggest victory. That was my biggest victory in my life then. From where I came from, that was the biggest victory in my life.
What you mean where you came from?
Well, where I was, my life before then, I wasn't stable.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Things wasn't right with me coming
Okay.
up.
Okay.
A lot of that time spent bounce house to house, unstable. So that was one of my goals in life that I had. Because that's all I had was that.
Right.
So
right.
me winning that, a lot of crying because so
Yeah.
happy even make it that far.
Yes.
Happy knowing that I got opportunity to go forward with this now.
Right.
But sad because we lost. But that was my biggest victory in my life. That's one of the most important victories in my life ever. That's my first big victory.
Yeah.
Right.
Graduating from high school, that happened before graduating.
Right.
So that was like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
And to this day, that's gonna stand with me. I don't care what anybody say. Any man that play high school football, if you win state, that's the biggest victory you have in your life. I don't care nothing about no national title or the Super
That's
Bowl.
state, yeah.
That's the biggest victory you have in your life.
Yeah.
Because where you come from,
Yeah.
that's always gonna be there.
You represent
And
that.
and it's so crazy because look what we talking about right now. I'm about to be 55. We all 54, 55 years
Yes.
old.
Yeah.
Talking about high school. That's why I always tell these kids, graduate from high school, because that's going to be your biggest time in your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See the passion we talk about high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 You know, that state game to me, I thought we was in a dream. I ain't going to even lie.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see us losing.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, when we got to the state, I looked at it, man, this is what we supposed to be.
yeah.
It was already a date with the state. We just,
Yes.
Date
Yeah.
we
with the
felt that the
Yes.
whole year. I felt that the whole year.
No, that was our theme. We had shirts that way from August 1st.
Yes.
Yeah, it just,
State.
Date to the state.
Date.
we
State,
had it.
88.
We had it. I mean, me and Big Led, Big
crazy.
Led say, hey, Gree, man, it's going to be cold up there, man. We need to go find some, with them long trench coats.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Black trench coat. I forgot where we went and got some trench coats.
Yeah.
Coats. So when we got there early, we walked out on the field, check out the field. We had our trench coats
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Big Leg like, but this going to be an easy win. We're going to win the state. And to be scored on that many times, I thought we was in the dream.
Yeah.
Right.
This can't be real.
Right.
Shell
So
shock.
I don't even remember crying after the game because I was still probably so sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 4-day zip at the half.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You feel me?
Yeah.
From all that we went through all year. To get beat 4-day zip at the half,
Like,
we didn't have no answer.
No answer.
we
No
played
answer.
better teams.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Football
played.
teams.
Yeah.
It just
What is this, man?
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
What's
Well-
going on?
Well, here's the thing, man. Y'all come back home. You know, and a lot of people that was on that team were seniors, and could have been, could have been or was their last time scrapping up, in football uniforms. Talking to Green earlier, man, he mentioned something to me, and it floored me, and I didn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
When you think about state teams or state runner-ups, playoff teams, teams that make it that far, you have to have a stick. You have to have some people in there that's, you know, they say coaching, all right, but you also need them Jimmies, right?
Yes.
And if you got a team full of Jimmies and Joes, right? I mean, at some point, I would think that you guys had more of an effect on the game than the coaches in an aspect because y'all skill sets.
Yes.
My problem with this whole thing is the team of 88. I don't know if I was told that you guys never had or did not have anybody that went on to play a Division I football team when I feel like y'all had the people that should have been there.
Yes.
Well, that's where everybody used to point the finger at the coaches
Yes.
and say they never fought for us, this and that. I can't say that because the little scholarship I signed, he stood there for me. You know what I mean? I really didn't care where I go, as long as I go somewhere, because I wanted to get out of here.
Right.
So that was D0 for me. Not D1, it's higher than that. It's D0 for me. I didn't care. I just want to get away from here.
Right.
But nah, we didn't have them guys go. They went to smaller schools, who went nowhere, you know. But
Johnny, why?
I think. Well, I don't know about Craig.
Because I don't understand that.
Yeah,
I hear you. I hear you, Johnny. But I don't understand it. I mean, it's not like you guys, when you're talking the measurables and all that stuff, you guys had that too.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So why?
I think recruiting-wise was different then.
No.
All right, and school names. Rivalry was a bigger name than us. Manatee was a bigger name from us.
Did they have people that go?
But I like what Johnny said, but I don't, because 85 was the same Southeast school that 8 went D1. Right? Doris Jackson, Reggie White, Jonathan Jones, not Jonathan Jones, George Brown. You see what I'm saying? This is my take as far as being the leader of the team, as far as being the quarterback. We were the most hated, most loved team.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that John McAdams, first team, 4A, first team North Florida game. They used to have a North Florida game, All-Star game. First team. He goes down to eat lunch we eat dinner with Bobby Bowden. First team on everything, and I'm just tooting his horn.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Elijah Savage, 6'4", 225. Carlton Hatley was the coach's dream. Carlton Hatley got sucked into our demeanor and of our demise. All right.
Yeah.
There's no way just because Carlton had the attitude, he should not have been on a college team. He had the stats to prove it, but because he was a coach's dream. You see what I'm saying? Yes, sir, coach. No, sir, coach. Yes, sir, coach. Craig didn't deserve to be on nobody's team because Craig didn't care. All right.
Yeah.
So
Carlton Hatley was. He was a man beyond man. He
Yes,
kept
sir.
us on our
Yes.
toes.
Yes, sir, boy.
Book,
he was the
knew how
defensive
to do
captain.
it.
Yes,
It
sir,
was,
boy.
no one running back in the nation that year was Clyde the Glide.
Clyde the Glide.
Yes, sir.
Clyde broke out a long run. Carlton wasn't fast.
Nope.
But Carlton was so determined.
Man.
Got that
He went and
kid.
got him.
You talking about a
4 miles
football
green.
player
4 miles.
inside out?
We said it's over.
Oh,
He
man.
got
When
it.
he got him, 4 miles green. I'm just talking about a coach's dream. All right, a coach's dream that any coach in the world would love to have.
And was a strong safety, 6 foot, 200 pounds. One small.
And so
Yeah, man.
So
That's what I'm saying.
is it what I said? There's no way T Green shouldn't have got no offer.
Julian Johnson.
Julian Johnson, 6'4", 220. Catching,
Receiver.
I threw for 886 yards. I told you, Julian had 696.
He gonna come down with it.
He going to get it.
He gonna
I
go
thought
get
ugly
it.
play up and out, but Julian coming to get it. It was a demise of you can't tell me ain't nobody getting no thing. But I'm gonna say
Nobody.
this. I like the new recruiting and I don't like the new recruiting because now they can text coaches and coaches can text players all that there. But at the same time, the visibility is there, if that makes sense. There was no visibility. You could not talk to a player if you didn't go through the coach.
All right.
I
Let
got
me
that.
say this
Okay.
now. I'm not going to blame everybody. I missed the test by a point or two.
Oh, well, I finna go with that.
I could have went. But I decided not to take it again. Like I said, my background I came from.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get it one with me.
But that's
See,
Johnny.
see, that's
John
where I was gonna
McAdams,
go.
18 on the
I could've took it
ACT.
again.
Leadhead, 17 on the ACT. Carlton Hatley, 21 on the ACT. That was Johnny's story. What he didn't pass, all right?
Yeah,
Craig
yeah,
Huggins
gotcha.
was not smart, but I made my 15.
Yeah,
All right?
yeah,
I didn't get a 15,
So
yeah.
I can't take
I got
that.
14.
I can't take
I
that.
I got like 12.
You got to see. So
Well,
he
see,
didn't pass.
but see, I'm glad he brought that up because I don't remember the coaches beating that in us
they didn't.
until it was the last minute.
What I didn't know,
You know,
if you go back and take it again, they give you an extra point for some job, whatever, whoever, where. I could have passed the next time, but
Yeah.
I never went back and took it.
yeah.
It wasn't beating on my head. It was like, you got the scholarship here, take this one.
Yeah.
But
All
now
we
let me ask
kept hearing, all you need is a 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5
to play.
GPA. That's right.
That's all you need,
1.5
1.5 GPA. That's
You gotta
all
get
was
that
embedded
1.5.
in us.
Yeah.
And everybody had
but
that.
now, remember
Yeah.
I said Sarasota game?
Yeah.
All the scouts.
Yeah.
Y'all remember any scouts coming to Southeast?
Nah.
Nah, I can't remember none.
I told you earlier.
What did John
I
tell
saw
us?
all the scouts at Sarasota game on Sarasota side.
Yeah.
I can't remember now scout coming to Southeast. May be very well wrong.
And half those boys had numbers like we did.
Nope.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
Gators.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a lot of letters, a whole lot of letters.
See, so
But it wasn't nothing to say offer.
Yeah.
It was interest letters.
Yeah.
Remember what John told us when we was sitting down? I didn't know this.
Uh-huh.
John said when he went down to Sarasota for that
For that banquet.
that banquet, what, it was like the
It was the
All-State.
one with Bobby Bowden and all them, the North Florida All-Star game.
He said he was down there with the Sarasota Review guys, all the Sarasota guys.
Yeah, you got to tell that. Yeah,
And he was like, just listening to them talk
Yeah.
about how the coaches prepared them for
Yes,
the ACT and all that.
Yeah.
He said they were talking like that, like it wasn't nothing. Mm-hmm. He said he felt like embarrassed, like, dang, man, to himself. He didn't say it.
Now, he never admit that.
Man,
till
they
this day.
ain't never
Yeah.
did that.
We ain't do none of that.
We ain't get none of that. He said they was just talking. He said not Larry Kennedy,
Larry
but Fossil Polk,
Chico,
and all them just
all
talking
them.
about.
Yes,
Man,
like
we
it's
got an
every day.
800 something on the SAT. Our coaches had us right.
Matter of fact, we don't know about one test. We knew about the other test.
Yeah, I
ACT.
knew about
We
ACT.
don't know about the SAT.
Yeah, we heard about ACT.
Wait, hold on.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Could it be that maybe y'all don't recall?
No.
No, sir.
I just can't.
I got a great.
Okay,
God
real.
left me with a
Okay,
great
real.
memory.
How the hell we can remember all? Hey, look, real.
Yeah, I mean,
How the hell we can remember everything that happened on the football field and we can't remember this? Yeah.
No.
What we saying is how we.
How it was.
I don't
I
know
was.
about ACT. And SAT was easy.
We ain't know nothing about the
We ain't
SAT.
know about the SAT.
No.
I just heard about the ACT.
ACT was it. SSAT, which was the dumb test, you got to pass that on to do the dumb classes, right?
Yeah.
But no. And why was it our era? I still don't know. I don't know why we were, because I'm going to go back. I ain't going to say it was because 85.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Same school,
Same coach.
same coach,
Yeah.
same players from the same
Yeah.
side of town.
Yep.
Right? I've been asking myself that question for 37 years. Not one, not even about Craig. Not even about me.
Yeah.
But about John McAdams, Terry Green, Johnny Carly. And then the very next year, love Jerome Mays. Love him. You got a scholarship to Minnesota.
That was Minnesota.
Yep.
You're
Right? So
You're
you mean
right.
tell me
You're right.
Minnesota didn't come to see T. Green? Kirk Houston. I forgot about my dog.
Yep.
That next year, Colin Malou, what to do?
Yeah.
Yep,
But
yep, when
Kirk
they do.
Houston, 8 interceptions. Derek Houston, 7 interceptions.
Boy, ain't get nothing.
3.8 GPAs.
Man,
Redhead.
real. I went to Edgewater College. Ain't none of the coaches at Southeast even knew where I was at.
Nope.
oh shoot.
Nope. So I
I come on the video and say, T. Green, where you at? I mean, Edgewater. Oh, okay. They ain't know.
Yeah.
They ain't know where we was at.
Nope. I'm in the army. They say, how long you been locked up? When you got out?
Oh no.
When you got out? No,
They
that's my
ain't know.
brother. They knew Huggins with my brother
yeah,
Digger.
yeah.
When you got out? Got
Man,
out.
they ain't know, man.
So you take Johnny, went to Morehouse, right? You take Stud, went to Itawamba, which is a junior college. Kirk went to Itawamba.
It was Stud, Big Led, Elijah, and Julian went to the same
No,
little
not
JUCO.
Elijah. Elijah went to Marines. Soon he ain't get no offers. Elijah didn't get no offers.
No, Elijah did go up there.
No, sir. No, Elijah went to Marines the day after we graduated. Elijah did.
Oh,
go.
yeah?
Elijah left the day after we
We
graduated.
went to the
Oh.
state game. They had the recruiting board up. Elijah was one of the linebackers.
That's
recruited.
right.
He was like
Yeah.
fourth on the board linebackers. They
Yes.
recruited.
Yes.
Don't know how he came off that quick.
Came off. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want that's your homework.
Come on, who was that Florida State? He was the one.
Mr. Davis.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? How? And you go back and look at the stats and look at the stat. Nobody? Nobody? Not even
Nobody.
a D2?
Well, shoot, not even the kicker. That was.
No, well, Kenny Moses was a junior. So he went the next year when
But
Drennan and
did
went.
he go-
went.
I don't even know where did he go?
He went to
But that following year,
I have to check it, but he went.
we had
Yeah,
some dudes.
yeah, because you had
That's what
Janone
I'm saying,
Mays,
though.
you
But
had Anthony Shellman, you had
how
all
you
them.
miss-
Yep.
How does that class, that senior class,
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yep. And Anthony
Hold up.
Shellman. He was that senior
Yeah.
that next year. And
He went to Louisville.
To me,
Janone went to Minnesota. Pokey went to Louisville.
Polk went to Louisville.
yeah.
You with me?
But see, but they came way out there, so yeah, 92.
No, Polk was 91.
No.
No, Polk came out with Big Green them 90.
Polk-
Yeah, well, they played 91 football, but
Yeah,
yeah.
92, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
To me, I want to take it like this. I think that we open their eyes to everybody. I feel that
We
way.
paid the way. I always say
Hey,
I'm
that.
gonna
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
But-
I'm not gonna say we was. I don't want to feel that way.
Yeah.
But someone right.
But I used to feel
Somewhere
that way
right.
until I think about 85. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
85 would have been
Yeah,
like us.
absolutely.
Then I could say 85 paid. We opened the door. Thank God that everybody else got what they got.
Yeah.
85 got them. I can't get off of that, JC. I can't get off of 85 got 8 D1 scholarships, 9 D2 scholarships, 8 JUCOs. I can't get off of that.
Yeah.
And-
You see?
And all we
We even like y'all say, we even go JUCO. It wasn't
go
nobody
JUCO.
really going JUCO. All you had to do is graduate from high school to go to JUCO. I heard one time Coach Maechtle say, he told me Coffeyville, Kansas.
That was
the JUCO and
yeah.
was showing interest in me.
Yeah.
So I can't speak for them. Back in my time, in my days, is they days too, we put all our hope and faith on the coach.
We did that now.
Yeah.
We did.
We wasn't
Yes.
calling nobody trying to find out who
Nope.
on who.
Nope.
Whatever Coach Maechtle say.
Yeah.
Well, I did hear certain people say, I love my coaches. But I did hear certain people say a phone call was made and asked about a certain person. And that coach said, well, he's got an attitude, he all this,
Oh,
this,
yeah.
and that.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
said, well, I have to tell you that because if I don't give you the real and it come back on me, what, when, where,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Now, I ain't know how to look at it then.
Yeah.
I want
That's
to look at
understandable.
Yeah.
But for me,
Yeah.
in my shoes, I want to let them deal with that.
I understand that, but there's
Yeah.
other kids behind you, and
Yes.
I get
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you when a
Because
coach
then
is
that
in that
takes-
position, and
Yeah.
you, oh man, you lied to me about this. I ain't going to that coach.
That's right.
I understand that.
Uh-huh.
Like I would just hope that it's worded in a way
Way
that
different, yeah.
I want to tell you who the kid is, but give him an opportunity.
Yes.
He may need to mature. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It was cutthroat from day one.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
cutthroat like, nah, don't buy blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
check it out, real. So beginning of our senior year, we didn't play Manatee.
Nope.
That stuck us.
Yes.
After the season was over, nobody represented football
Nope.
from our team in college.
Nobody.
Think about it.
Now,
think about the
Stud
season
went
we
to
had.
Every excuse me, to you, Stud went to every big banquet that was out there to go to.
he was invited to it.
John
Yep.
Adams and Carlton Hatley went to every. The way Guaco didn't get to go to North Florida, but they went banquet after banquet after banquet. We went to our senior banquet. That was it.
He was invited. He was invited to it.
Invited, selected.
Invited to it. All over
Yes.
the newspapers. Dixie
All-
Dozen, all this and
Yes,
that.
yes.
And I went off him.
Well, guys, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell you, I appreciate the time that we spent tonight talking about the 88 team. It's amazing to hear the stories, and I wish I had more of you guys so I could hear more of their stories
Yes.
as well. When you talk about the 88 team, I think you guys did a heck of a job. I just want to say thank you on behalf of the people that followed.
Uh-huh.
Because, like you said, with Head Drop, that was me right behind him, looking at you guys as that staple and that put you guys on a pedestal to say, hey, 88 was right there.
Yeah.
Hey man, we got to bring it home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we were fortunate enough to do that. I know we have some people that probably was a part of the team, your class, but they're not here.
Right.
All right.
Two of them.
Who are those guys?
Scott McNeil and Darren Powell. I don't have a shirt for Scott, but we had the last Manatee Southeast game. Bridget had these shirts made, and that's my boy. May he rest in peace. He passed in September 2020, and we just want to make sure we love on him. And
Bring it
let
over
them
something crazy. They can make sure this. Yeah,
okay.
make sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Make sure they see that though.
All right,
Bring
they
it.
got to see this first.
They got to see it. They got to see it, Craig.
Yeah.
Where we
The
at?
other way, yeah.
The other way.
No, the other way. The other way.
Other way.
Yes, sir.
Wait.
Put it over Johnny. Go
Johnny.
Go Johnny way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Now
go.
turn around so they can see it. Turn around so they can see D Powell, baby.
D Powell, man.
There it is.
Really, that's all we know. Keep it real and authentic. This truth be told. Only the truth. Tune in, cause you gotta watch. It's like you with us while we kick it in the barbershop. Here to motivate and inspire. Hosted by the real deal in the Godbarber. I hope that you ready. Keep it funny and edgy. Let's go. You already know. Truth be